Hi Priyanka.
Hi Priyanka.
Welcome to welcome back to India. Welcome to Midday.
Thank you
How
so
have you
much.
been?
I've been good. I've been good. How have you been?
Great, and of course super great now because we seeing you and we just saw a few episodes of
What did you
Citadel.
think?
Yes, super sexy, super chilling.
Okay.
And one thing which I really liked is that what we miss in action projects is that there's so much drama and so
Yeah.
much emotion. So
It's
it
not just like
action,
stunts and
yeah.
action. There's
It's something you
actually
was talking about yesterday also.
Yeah.
So and that train sequence is so just mind blown.
Yay. Good.
But tell me, when you guys were coming together, it's such an enormous project. Like you, Richard, and with the setting of this franchise is something which was pan global.
Yeah.
And of course, with Russo brothers, did it ever point the enormity of it overwhelm you?
No. I've been in, of course, I've never done anything as big as Citadel, but in my own way, I've done big movies
Yeah,
in India
God,
and like big budget movies, and they've done well. And so that doesn't scare me. It's literally my job. I've been an actor for almost 20 years now.
Yeah, more than.
So that's not intimidating anymore. But what was intimidating about this show was to be able to be convincing enough. To be able to be convincing enough that I belonged in the world, I always feel that anyway. Every new project I go into, I still feel like, okay, how can I make my character more convincing? Does she belong in this world? So I always have that pressure. But that was the only thing that was sort of pressurizing to me. Plus, we were shooting it during COVID.
Yeah.
That was really difficult. It was 2021. Physically, it's very challenging. I hate going to the gym. I'm a big foodie. And on this show, like, I had to stay in shape for a year and a half. I had to stay physically agile, so stunt training almost 3-4 times a week, every week, so all of that was very, very challenging. So I was very happy when we wrapped the show.
Right. But tell me, I mean, even Richard was saying that, like how you were talking about the emotions in it, that also kind of grounds the show a lot. For you, when you were getting into it, did you feel that this is something which would also make this world stand apart?
Absolutely. I think that this show is very collaborative. I have to say from the beginning, whether to me, my introduction to the show is through Jennifer Salke, who's the head of Amazon Studios, and this is her brainchild. She told the Russos, I want to do something pan-global. I want to do something that goes across continents and truly integrates different countries into one original IP franchise. So, and then they came up with Citadel. So, like, it's been 5 years in the making of the show, and me, Richard, we've both had a major collaboration with the writers when it comes to the show. So, it took like speaking and having conversations and protecting your characters and for such a long time that I think by the time we got to set, we were good.
When you watch a woman in action, I think there's nothing sexier than that. Like, literally to see her there, with guns or with you just flying. But I feel very sad at times that even like globally, we're not able to imagine women in these strong action characters. In something Katrina said very wonderfully, that you give us a mounting, present us as your superheroes or superheroines, and then we'll talk about money, like the money we bring to box office. How do you reflect on it, Priyanka?
I absolutely agree. I think opportunities for women are way less as, leading ladies that take the responsibility and the onus of the situations that they're put into and don't need rescuing. You've seen a couple of episodes, right?
Yes,
You see how many times I rescue Richard?
Exactly.
Well, that's the point. And I don't know whether this was Jen or whether it was the Russos, but I have to say, between both of them, from the very beginning, they were very clear to me that this is a two-hander. That there's no excuses that will be made for my character just because she's a female. There'll be no reasoning that will be given that she can't do something because she's a female. In fact, she will do more because she's a female. And I felt such a sense of respect and such a sense of like shock that there wasn't a scene in which there is some like damsel in distress or I can't do something, because I've played a lot of those scenes. I've propped a lot of heroes up to win. And this was nice to be the hero, in fact, this time.
Right, but you are a hero anyway because the opportunities that you bring to table for so many people. I mean, we see you, hosting this pre-Oscar party for South Asian talent. We see you hosting, a screening for RRR. What I feel sometimes is that, do you ever feel ki, yeah, it's too much on my shoulders? I ask this because sitting here in India, your audience, your home audience is always looking at you, is she representing us well? Because it's not just Priyanka Chopra, it's also Priyanka Chopra, an Indian South Asian superstar working in West. Sometimes you feel here, every move I make, there are a lot of people looking at me.
I do think that this thing has become larger than me.
Yeah.
It's not about just the individual now. It's like people see me as something which is much bigger than the girl that I am. It's not just about that anymore. So yes, I do feel like there's a lot more scrutiny on me. Maybe because I'm one of the very few people in Hollywood that come from India, not Indian Americans, but like Indian actors. There are very few of us. So yes, I do feel like there's immense scrutiny, and there's a lot of, trying to find a mistake in anything I do, trying to catch me in a mistake. I think people enjoy that a little bit. So it's made me cautious, I have to say. I was a lot more free-spirited, but now I'm a little bit more cautious because I have my family to think about. And I'm a human being, and I want to protect myself. And the higher you go in life, the more people look for a reason for you to fall. But at the same time, I have so much love and support from my friends, my family, my fans, the community, the industry, that I prefer to focus on that.
When you tell your story, you also inspire so many people. And I feel you are synonymous with ambition and drive.
Right.
You inspire women, you've inspired me. And I just feel that you do it without even realizing that you're doing it, because it's like you don't know any other way to be. Have you ever reflected on that?
I think a lot of what I do is deliberate in terms of decisions that I make, choices that I make. But I'm not someone who carries baggage, Because I feel like when you carry baggage, you can't fly. Think about putting weights on a bird, on their feet. Will they ever be able to fly? And I want to be a bird. I want to explore this incredible life that God has given me. I'm so blessed to have the opportunities that I have. I'm so blessed to have the family that I have. I'm so blessed to have the friends and the people that I work with and the ability to do my job well. I'm so blessed that my brain works in a certain way, that my parents raised me with values. So I focus on wanting to fly because my dad told me when I was very young that I'll never keep you in a cage. You will fly as high as you want. And, I want to make him proud. So I don't like baggage. I like making my peace. I like living in peace. I like making sure everyone around me is happy. And, have fun in life. Life is about joy. And the more we just keep living in, pehle kya hua tha, kahan kisne mere saath kya kiya, la la la. It's just like you have no time to make space for the future. You're only living in the past. I don't live in the past.
Right, and we are living with you in this beautiful present. You are the best bird, one who is flying the highest, making your father proud. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Priyanka.
Always pleasure
Lovely to
watching
speak
you,
with you.
and we miss you. We miss you terribly.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.